I gave you my heart.
Hey guys, well, it's a little too late to be outside doing anything. I had a lot to do tonight, other than the car audio thing. I did have to end up taking my radio back out because the microphone plug-in was hanging out. I noticed it on the way to work this morning, but I couldn't do nothing about it till I got home tonight. So I had to take it back out and just plug it in. Well, no big deal. But I was thinking about checking this thing out because I'd like to get like maybe one more of these if this one actually works good. I mean, I did the free air test. I've had it for sale, and for some reason nobody wants it. I don't know. A couple people said they wanted it, but and see how it's rusted there. I've noticed that a lot of the essays that I've seen for sale are rusted. Worse than mine. That's only a little bit. But somebody told me that a shipping freight got stuck at sea with these on it, and that's why. I guess that's why they were selling them for a discount or something. I don't know. But the reason I got this out is because I want to actually take. I've never even done it. I haven't messed with this thing hardly any since I've got it. Oh shoot! Sorry about that. I dropped the dang phone. But I want to take this tape off that they got on here and see how long it is. It looks like the leads are going pretty far to it. So you see what I'm saying? So if it's that long, you know, and they got the direct leads tied into it like that, I'm gonna see if I can pull them down through here. I'll keep it direct leads, which ain't no big deal because my American base is like that. And I actually brought this terminal cap that I took off my box, and I'm gonna see if I could put, because they bolt up in there, you know. I'm gonna see if I could put them up in there, and maybe I could use them if that works. I only got this one set, but I could buy more, you know, and put it in there. I want to see what that looks like too, because that's the way it's supposed to be. And also I brought that other dual amp in. It ain't nice and compact and cool like the other dual, and that one I got hooked up in the car. That one I got hooked in the car is running great, and I love it. But this one is it's a different model than the one I got in the car. This one's 2016. The one in the car, that little compact one, is a 2018. But they're both 600 watt max amps. They don't put out 600 watts. They do like, I think 240, 250. I think this does maybe 300 bridged, something like that. I turn the light off so the glare's not on it. See what I'm saying? 2016 July, and then they have all the connections, how to connect it up and stuff. And see, this one wasn't made in no Korea. It says right here, made in China. So, see what I'm saying? But I'm gonna take the back off. I want to take a look at the insides of this. I'm sure it ain't a whole lot to it. It's only a 2-channel, you know. The compact one I got in the car has only got a 25 amp fuse, so that means like 250 watts. This one's got a 30 amp fuse, so this one might be 300 watts. Which I only need this one for the front door speakers. I really just need a 4-channel amp, you know, hook it up in the back instead of having all these damn amplifiers. But for now, this is all I got. Got my old audio folder out here. Metro wiring, SCAR. I got a SCAR manual I was actually reading for the RP series. And I was checking out the 3500 specs and the 45. Anyway, I had that out. I got NVX for the VC series. I must have forgot to put this when I sent one of those tarps back. Well, I've had 3 of them, but this is the HD models manual. It's the whole book. But I got an extra one of those. That's why I said if I get one of those from the warehouse and it don't got the manual or it ain't got the clip monitor, I have both. I have the manual, and I have an extra clip monitor. I sold the Smart 3 to one of the guys that's actually a subscriber that probably watches this, Marcus. And he's the one that sold me this Sundown too. Actually traded me for that other Gravity 15 and that little Tar Amps 4-channel I had, which I didn't need the 4-channel at the time. Now I kind of do. But anyway, so I got this manual. It's just a score sheet install thing kit for your radio if you change your double din or whatever. And this is the Tar Amps. This is Smart 3. I printed this myself. It's in Portuguese, but it's also in English. I think I got the spec sheet in here too for, that's what that is, for the American Bass XFL series. So I got a little bit of everything in this damn folder. Metro wiring harness for the Saturn. If you got a Saturn View or an Ion 06 and up, this is the wire harness that you need. 702202. Just remember that. So I'm sure it's probably people out there have Saturn Views, and I don't know about the Ions. I don't see a lot of them anymore. Luckily mine runs, I guess. It just hit up to 200,000 miles. It had 174,000 when I got it for my digital multimeter. Anyway, enough about this crap. I want to try working on this a little bit, and when I take off the tape and stuff, I'll start the video again, and we'll see how she's looking. It's a nice heavy sub though, and it's a recone. You can tell the cone's in good condition. I mean, it's stiff still. And I pre-aired it, and that surround, it's nice and tight. It feels good, man. This feels quality. So if I can get that fixed, man, I'll just keep this thing. I'll take it off the marketplace. Spider looks good on it. Tensile leads are sewed in. I think they're like triple or double or something. They're double on each one. See, hold on. Let me get it up in there. Keep forgetting, if you get the phone too close to the magnet, it shuts it off. But yeah, you see them. Alright, well, let me get this back off of this one and get the tape off of this, and we'll take a peek. Alright, it's some good news, dudes. This was I had a knot tied. I had to pull it back through the thing here, and I untied the knot, and it took that extra wire that's on it. I'm going to do that on the other one too. The good news is, whoever did this, they actually soldered it. So, it is soldered, but I'm not going to have that big tape on it like how, you see how that one is over there? That's how this one was. You guys seen it just a second ago. Because that's all hitting that cone. I'm going to pull this through. I'm going to put tape underneath this. That way it's not touching the metal, you know. But I'm going to pull it through and have it flat like that. Then it'll look decent too. It'll look halfway professional, you know. So I just don't like that tape on it, because that hits the cone when the bass hits. It don't look good either. So I'm gonna fix that all the way around on this, and then get the other one like, because they got the other one like that too. So that's good. They're soldered though. I thought they might have been just taped to it, like tied together and taped, which that's shitty. And I think that's the way I put it in the ad. I just said they was taped. I didn't know that they were soldered. So this actually is probably a decent sub, you know what I mean? It had all kinds of glue all over this trim piece here too when he gave it to me. This wasn't even on it. It's like they tried to glue it down or something. It was crazy. It was all over the back side of it and stuff. You can still see some of the glue right there. But I took Gojo and got most of it off. I don't know what kind of glue that shit is. Must be that shit that you guys told me, that 600,000 stuff or something that you told me to fix my American Bass with. A couple of you guys did. But yeah, this might end up turning out to be a decent sub. I mean, look at the coil in there. The coil looks good. You see it moving? No rub. See? Looks decent to me. No burnt. It ain't burnt nowhere. They said it's a recone, so. And it's a heavy sub. It's all Sundown. It's a little dirty for me. Had it out. My hands were dirty the one day I had it out there, especially when I took that glue off. There ain't no rips in the surround. It's all brand new. So, anyway, hold on a second. I had to set that thing down. It was on my lap. But, here's the inside of the dual amp. It ain't got much to it. It ain't nothing like the Scar that I got out there. The Scar's got 4 of these and 4 filters, I think. But, I mean, at least it's got 105 Celsius caps. Or, is it Celsius or Fahrenheit? Yeah, 105 Celsius. Those are 35 volts. And I don't know what these are. They're 105 Celsius, but I can't see how many volts. Let's see if it's on the back side. I don't see it, do you guys? Oh, there it is. They're 35 volts too. So those 35 volts, and these are 35 volts. So it's got 4 35 volts. I mean, it looks built well. I mean, for what it is. MOSFETs are protected inside here. You know what I mean? On both sides. So, I like it. It looks like a nice little, it's a single, I think it's a single sided board, right? I'm not the best when it comes to explaining amplifier guts, but I've showed quite a few of them. I've showed the Smart 3, I've showed the Audio Pipe 1500, and the Scar I haven't took apart yet, but I have pictures of the guts from other people. But, yeah, it don't look bad. I've seen a lot worse, believe that. That old Kicker Impulse, it ain't even as good as this thing. And this thing's feel all the caps feel tight on it. I don't see everything's tight. So I don't smell any burnt. They don't look burnt. These are 25. These little ones right here are 25 volt caps. That's crazy. They're so tiny. Huh, these little ones are 50 volts. These ones right here are 50 volts. See? If it'll focus. Yeah. So tiny it's hard to focus. Well, it don't look too bad. I mean, they use this is some thick stuff here too. The winding, it's all copper too. Good copper. I like it. I'm gonna hook this thing up and see how it works. See what kind of watts it puts out for my door speakers. You know, I could just hook it up in the back and see it. Try the rear since I already got the hookups. But I'll spend some time this weekend and mess with this thing. So let me get working on this Sundown and pull all those wires through, and we'll see how it looks after that. But this is this amp, just in case. I'm going to turn the light off. Oh, there you go. So this one is an ugly looking amp, if you ask me. Orange, and you know, just the heat sink on it, I don't know. Ugly. That one I got out in the car, that little compact one, now it looks cool. I like it. It's probably got about the same guts as this one. I mean, it's smaller, compact, so it'd all be like real compact. All this stuff would be in one little thing. I'm gonna take it apart sooner or later and look at it too. It ain't like I got no warranty with these things. I got both of them 20 bucks a piece. Paid 40 bucks to the dude. So, you know, you can tell, look, it's been screwed down, took out. Somebody was screwing it down pretty hard, you know. At least on that side they were torquing it. Dummies. Anyway, let me get working on that Sundown a little bit, and we'll see how that turns out. Alright, I got the other one off, and it was soldered as well. So what I did is I taped around where the solder is and the tensile lead where they're soldered together. I taped them around a little bit, and then I took and pulled the wire through so it's tight. And then I took electric tape and wired across it to hold it down. It's a lot better like that. I think that'll work good. They're not touching the metal or nothing. They're raised up on both sides. Same thing shuts off every time I get close. But so I got it. At least now when the cone comes down, it won't be hitting tape, and it's secure a lot better. You know, I still wish, you know, that I still might have to do something better than just taping this through there like that. But for now, if I put it in a box, you will never know, and it'll be fine. At least they're soldered though. It's direct leads now. I shortened the the wire that was coming off. It had other wires attached to it, taped to that. I didn't like that either. So now it's kind of like this length, you know, kind of like the American base now. So this is what it was like. I haven't done this one yet. See how these, like if the base was hitting, how these would hit the cone. That's why that was not a very good idea. And they had these little knots tied through it so the wire wouldn't pull through. I got it like this, so it ain't gonna pull through. That's tight. I got it on there tight, and it's not gonna rip it or nothing. It's good. I'm pulling tension on it now. I'd rather have it like that than like that. What do you guys think? So now I think it'll be fine. It looks a lot better too. So let me get this side done. I might throw this in that box I got out in the shed, cut the hole bigger for a 12. It's 1.5. I think that's what this sub requires. And let me get the other side done. Alright guys, I got it done. I think it looks way better. It's going to be way better, sound way better. Look. Can't even tell now. It's almost like it's made that way. Ain't going to be hitting that cone no more. They're tight, you know what I mean? See, I got taped under. It's like the 4th time I've done that tonight. That magnet's so powerful, it just shut your electronics right down. But yeah, now it's got the, see, it's got the direct leads. They use 12 gauge too. It says marine compliant 12 gauge AWG. So I don't know. CEA 2015 spec. I would have used 8 gauge if it was me, but I know you can use 12 gauge. It's 1000 watt RMS. That's what he said. But I looked the SAs up. They said they're 750. So I don't know where he said that he got the 1000 watt RMS. I know it'll do probably. You probably put 1500 on it, maybe more. I know my American bases are 1500 RMS, and they'll do about 2000 or more. This is a heavy sub, and the press paper, brand new, cone and stuff. So it's got a little dirty from that dang glue they had. It got on everything. That's why it looks like that, but I can clean that up. Other than that, looking good. Dust cap's hard. Sub stiff. And it ain't got no, ain't no rubbing. It's good and stiff. I'm gonna put this thing in a box now. Now I got it fixed up. That way that tape was before they had on there. Plus now I know that they're soldered and not just taped, tied together and taped. I feel a lot better about the whole thing. So I got it on Facebook. I was selling it for, I wanted 120 at first. These go for $224 brand new. So I figured 120, you save $100. It is a Sundown. Then I dropped it down to 100. And this one dude, Dutch Constant, he always tries me. He told me $75. And dude, give me 100, you can have it. You know, I had another, that MVX I had, it was basically brand new. I only had used it like a month, and he wanted to give me $100 for that. Come on, dude. You know what I mean? He said used subs are $100. Yeah, depending on what sub and what condition. If they're only a few weeks old, you can't go buy that, man. People are crazy as hell nowadays. Anyway, just wanted to show you guys the Sundown and how I fixed it up, or how I was going to fix it up. Now it is fixed up. It's better than it was. It could be better, you know. I just don't got all the stuff to make it better, but at least it's soldered, like I said. So we're going to put this thing in a box, and we're going to see how this thing really sounds. Because this is a dual 2 ohm, you know. So I can wire this down to 1 ohm and hook it up to that Scar RP2000 that I got out in the car without even having to set the gain or anything, because it's set for 1 ohm right now. And I could just put this in the box, run it parallel to the amp. Bada bing, bada boom. Let's see how this thing does. Maybe it'll thump pretty hard. I don't think I'm going to take my other box out. I'll just run speaker wire and set this thing on the back in that other box I got out in the shed that I showed you guys. Like I used to when I had the MVX. I used to put the 10 in that other box. I'm going to put this in it, put this on the back seat, and then see how it hits. I know it hits better when it's in the trunk, but I can pretty much get a good idea of how hard it'll hit just from putting it in the back seat and hooking it up. And that's what I like about this, is it's dual 2 ohm. So if you had 2 of these, you could have 2 RP2000s and run an RP2000 to each one, you know, and you'd be good. Because I mean, just because, like, let's say they say this is 750 RMS, but let's just say it's 1,000 or whatever. Just because a sub is 1,000, you still want an amp with that puts out more power than what your sub's rated. That way you got some headroom. You know, you don't want an amp that's just what your sub's rated, because then, you know, you got box rise, so you're going to lose there. And then if you got stock alternator and all that, you're not going to really get all the amps anyway. So it's better to go bigger with the amp. That way, when you got all those losses, it'll kind of even out to where you kind of want to be. And then if you do alternator upgrade and stuff down the road, you'll have twice as much power. You know what I mean? So it's just something I go by. Anyway, look at this. I just trip out how much there's not really in this. But I mean, it does look like it was laid out pretty good. I mean, I'm not an expert on the guts of amplifiers, like I said, but I know a little bit. I've looked at quite a few, and I think it's pretty good for a 300 watt amp. Well, it says it's 600 watt max, but really put out 300 watts. You know, 25 volts. You know, at least they used good caps. I don't know if the brand's the best. What kind does that say? I can't read that. Try to read it through the camera. Sam Young. Is that a good brand, guys? Never heard of it myself. I guess they're all Sam Young. Anyway, hope this wasn't too boring. I was just trying to show you guys the Sundown, really. The amp guts are just an extra bonus. But we'll be doing something this weekend. I'm trying to make a decision. I should get another subwoofer amp, a better one. I know I said that in my last video. We had kind of a short week. We've been getting off early and going in later in the day. Tomorrow I got to be there at 7, so I got to get up at like 5 tomorrow. So, and tomorrow ends our pay week. You know, Friday starts our new week. So whatever I work tomorrow. So, you know, I had a couple hundred saved up, but I've had to spend some money in the last few days. I bought that line in converter and this and that. So I'm hoping I have enough to get the amp that I want to. You know, I seen this Sundown. It's just like the HD 3000s. It's a 3000 watt full range Sundown. They want like 350 for it. It's got 0 gauge inputs and all that. The only thing about that, you know, I like the Sundown brand, but I mean, that's a lot of extra money, like $100 more just because it's Sundown, and it does the same thing as the HD 3000s. You know what I mean? I mean, exactly. They even got it rated the same. 3,000 watts at 1 ohm, at a 2 ohm 2025 watts. That's the same thing the HD3000s are rated at, you know. So I don't know. I really like that MVX though. I forgot about it until yesterday, and I just like the how it's built. I've heard a lot of good things about it. It's 2700 RMS, which I think is sufficient for those two American bass, which they'll take more, but that's good, man. I think that thing will push it. If that RP2000 is, you know, rated at 2000 watts, and it dynoed at like 2400, and it dynamic it did 3000. So if that RP is rated like that, that MVX is already 2700. It's got to be dynoing more. I'm gonna look on YouTube and see if there's some dynos on it. I heard there was. So that's what I'm gonna be doing, a little research tonight, guys. But I appreciate everybody that's commenting, liking, and subscribing. Thanks for all the people sticking with me. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll do us some kind of demos and stuff this weekend. Hopefully the weather's good. I think I got to work Saturday though, from what I heard. Cause the one of my coworkers, he played this raffle, right? And he's been playing it for like a year. You pay $25, and he made it to the semifinals last week. Well, I came to work Monday. Come to find out, dude won the grand prize. It's a Yamaha. I think it's a 250 3-wheeler, all restored. I mean, it's nice. It's in a crate. He's got to go to North Carolina to pick it up. Oh, lucky dog. Anyway, that's all for tonight, guys. I hope you guys have a good night. And everybody keep building your systems up. I'll keep watching y'all's videos. Y'all keep watching mine. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Later.